On longer, so you can listen longer. GJRB expands on Spreaker in 2015. Okay, we're back. Gary Russen Program on GJRB Online as we return. And we're doing the year-end review of the Gary Russen Program. We'll look back at some of the memories of the past year. That's what we're doing right here on the Gary Russen Program here on GJRB. Happy to be with you today. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up, so I hope you'll stay with me. And a lot of really neat stuff coming up. So stick with me here, and good time here. Got a lot of really good stuff here. I'm going to go into my next segment now, and this goes back to last summer. July 15th, about the middle of the summer, I did a story about a group of high school students who put on a play that wasn't very appropriate. As a matter of fact, the teacher got herself into a whole mess over it, got in a lot of trouble. And what happened was the kids put on a play, and usually a lot of it was just, we called it a raunchy play, if you may. It was that. And wow, I mean, really, it was not a really nice play. And what they did was they put up prizes that were like sex toys and stuff like that, right? And this teacher got in a whole mess of trouble over it. She had to apologize publicly for it, and it was quite, I guess it was a catastrophe for her, because she was a teacher, but a teacher doing this, prime example, like I said before, many a times before, about that kind of stuff, you know. Really putting that kind of stuff on, not really a good idea. And we're going to talk about that. That was pretty bad. And we're going to be talking about that next here on the Gary Russen Program. Hope you're enjoying the show. We're bringing back memories of last year on the Gary Russen Program. And we're taking you back to last year, some of the highlights of the Gary Russen Program, our year-end review on GJRB Online, going back and remembering some of the stuff that we did. And we're going to continue this on a podcast next week. I'll be recording a podcast called The Best of the Gary Russen Program, and we'll continue with this, and we'll have more on it, so you want to tune in. But right now, I'm going to give you that this piece. It's quite interesting. Like I said, it goes back to last summer when they put on this play. The first one, though, was a real interesting one. Real interesting. Okay, I was talking about this on Facebook, and I posted a comment regarding the fact that they should go to hell. As a Christian, I feel convicted about that. I'll talk about that here in a few minutes. It comes out of Washington State, where a teacher got in severe trouble. Severe trouble. What she did was, and I'll tell you, this is something else. This is something else. What she did. This teacher was, oh boy, I gotta tell you, this is what this teacher did is beyond belief. Well, I don't know if it's the teacher's fault, more or less is the students who put it on. I'm wondering if the teacher got chastisement over it, though. But what happened there is that they put on this show, this skit, And it was very, very filthy, and it glorified a priest having sex with children. And it's really a sad state of affairs when we got schools doing this. And here's a report from that radio station. This is a Como4 report about that story in regards to a woman who sent email to the station over over how irate she was over the student's behavior. Let's see if I can get this to play. Wait a minute. Because I don't have it plugged in yet. That's why. I got too many plugs. I gotta work this out. Okay, let me see if I can get this to work.
Draw the spotlight.
I wouldn't want a teacher like that in my school.
Drama club advisor Terry Grimes is in trouble.
You know, in the moment, she may not have realized.
She's in trouble after her award ceremony at Bellingham High degenerated into what one parent described as a raunch fest. The mother who attended with her 17-year-old daughter did not want to go on camera to spare her high school senior any stress before graduation. But she shared the night's vulgarities in a couple of emails with Como4 News. And she shared even more with me on the phone. The parent says Grimes and some of her students on stage used the F word and other profanities and performed a skit about a priest wanting to have sex with kids. Then there were the awards for horniest stud and horniest girl, with the winner presented with what appeared to be a box of sex toys.
She has one of those really fun, outgoing personalities.
This senior was not there, but she belonged to drama club last year and loved her teacher.
People make mistakes, and hers just happened to be public.
Terry Grimes apologized today after a meeting with the principal and drama students. In a written statement released by the district, she says, "As a teacher and the club's leader, I take full responsibility and am extremely sorry."
She did the right thing by apologizing, and in my opinion, I don't think it needs to go further.
The outraged mother who blew the whistle says she's satisfied and hopes her complaint will assure student award ceremonies don't go down that road ever again. In Bellingham, Mark Miller, Como4 News.
The drama teacher is...
Wow, how about that? Now, take that back. You know, I'm saying, like I said before, what these kids did is glorify what sick-minded individuals think these days, okay? And as a Christian, I kind of posted on Facebook that I hope they went to hell. Wrong thing to say. Wrong thing to say. And I am sorry, but I think that, though, God will judge them. God will judge them. He'll judge it, okay, because what they do is glorify sin. Okay, glorify homosexuality, glorify sin. Now, once again, if I go on my soapbox, folks, it's going to cause, yet again, people leaving my Facebook and are on not following me on Spreaker. But, you know, go ahead. All right, go ahead, because see, my theory is this: you can go and do whatever you want. You can, unfollow me. You can drop me and get me off your Twitter and all that good stuff. But it's not going to change the fact that what people glorify today is sin. Okay, sin. That's exactly what it is. It's sin. And glorify it all you want, but it's still sin. Because when you look at it in the eyes of God, He sees all. He sees all. God knows what you're doing. And what these kids did was glorify sexual acts. And some of these sexual acts are wrong. So, you know, that's what it is today. You know, you're popular only if you glorify the sin, and that's what the world does. Coming up a little later on today here on the Gary Russen Program, I'm going to play you a special piece from today's meeting at the Hy-Vee. Our last 7 days meeting had some very interesting things to talk about, and we dealt with the fact that about intolerance, and we talked a lot about that. And I said, you know, the tolerance, I choose to be intolerant. I don't have to tolerate it. Really don't. But like I said before, you know, whatever the case, you know, you're going to tolerate it, fine. And I choose to not to be tolerant of sin. And that's, again, that could drop me to 70 followers. That's fine. But, you know, I'm going to say it all outright. You know, glorifying sin the way these kids did in this high school is wrong. Okay? That's all there is to it. And that's from last summer, July 15th, 2014 Gary Russen Program, and we talked about that very thing. And I still agree with it till this day that play should never have been put on. Coming up in just a little bit, we got more on there, more good stuff, including a story about a boy who accidentally took to school a toy gun, and he turned it in, yet even though he did turn it in and was responsible about it, still got suspended. We'll talk about that one. That's from this past summer, and some really interesting stuff from a newscast last year that I think was going to play. It's pretty fascinating, so we're going to talk about that in the next segment. And along with that, I got some more real good things to talk about for next year coming up on the Gary Russen Program. Some future plans for 2015, and some of it we're going to talk about, and a clip from our New Year's party. Our Pastor Ron Johnston, who is the host of the last 7 days and the Bible study, is the moderator there. And of course is our, you hear on our CCF church services, is going to give his view, his predictions for 2015. And I'm going to dig out that clip and play a little bit of it for you. And we'll put it on the air on our next edition, which will be the best of the Gary Russen Program, when we do our podcast to conclude the year-end review. So if you want to check that out, that's coming up next here on GJRB. Gary Russen Program, thanks for tuning in. Hope you're having a great time. We're doing it. The Gary Russen Program on GJRB. Watch. Pray. For we not know what hour the Son of God will return. Prophecy, New World Order, terrorism, economic collapse, wars, pest, Israel. When they say peace, then cometh sudden destruction, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, end-time headlines at www.endtimeheadlines.org.
If you're a new emerging artist and want your songs out there, the place to go is Reverb Nation. Reverb Nation, a website totally devoted to new music from new artists from every town and every state in the U.S. If you're a solo artist and recording your own music, it's Reverb Nation. Stop on by, visit, listen to the music, check out the site, www.reverbnation.com. Put your music out there and gain an audience. Go to Reverb Nation for the best in new music. And remember, if you like your songs played on GJRB Online's Up and Coming, drop me an email at GaryChase65@yahoo.com. And I'll be playing your song on all GJRB Online shows. Remember the name, Reverb Nation.
After 1 year, the wait is over. Now join Pastor Ron Johnston and a panel of men and women to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy. In this world of chaos and upheaval, this is the program that puts it all into perspective. How will we survive? God only knows. So trust Him and listen to the last 7 days. Uploaded as a podcast or live Saturdays at 11 a.m. on GJRB Online.